Salve, diviatores, and welcome back to Let's Translate Phaedrus' Fables. This is where I have taken a selection of fables by the freedman of Augustus Phaedrus, and I'm translating them from their Latin to English, talking through my process, walking you through my process. And I am not... These fables are poetry, technically. They are in verse. Iambic hexameter to be specific, but I am not translating them in verse or even just regular poetry with rhyming, because that's too much. I'm not even going to be scanning them, because I am very bad at that. So, yeah, just translating them into prose. And here are all of the fables that I have and will be translating through. Today, De Vitiis Hominum. De Vitiis Hominum. On the vices of humans. Peras imposuit Jupiter nobis duas. Peras is the accusative plural from pera, which means a bag, satchel, like a bag slung over the shoulder. You could even call it a wallet, apparently, but yeah, I'm going to go with satchel. Satchels, because it is accusative plural. Imposuit is the third person singular by the T, perfect tense, active indicative from impono, which means to place, lay, set, put on, all that kind of stuff. So let's just say put. And Jupiter is the nominative singular of Jupiter, meaning Jupiter, king of the gods. And since it's nominative, we know this is the subject, and peras is the object, so Jupiter put, satchels. Nobis, which is the dative or ablative plural from nos. Nos is us. It's the first person pronoun. Ego is the singular, nos is the plural, and so nobis is dative or ablative plural. I'm saying it is ablative, considering put satchels, it would be on us. And duos is from duo, the accusative feminine plural. Adjectives have to agree in gender, number, and case with the nouns they're modifying. So peras is accusative, plural, and a feminine noun. So duos has to be accusative, plural, and feminine, because adjectives technically could be any of the three grammatical genders. And duos, as you might be able to guess, is from duo, which means two. So really, Jupiter put two satchels on us. Propris vitiis repletam. Well, propris repletam. It's hard to just trill the R and then do an L. It's very difficult. Repletam vitiis post. I think that's an adverb, really. Tergum. No, it is definitely a preposition. Post could be an adverb or a preposition, but it's a preposition. It's usually a preposition. Propris is from proprios, which could mean like proper, but it is more like kind of like property, but like one's, it's an adjective, so it's more like personal, like it's belonging to oneself. It is a very individual kind of thing. So I'm going to say personal. Repletam is the feminine accusative singular form of repletos, which is a perfect passive participle, formed from repleo, which means to refill, or even just to refill, or complete, restore, or even just to fill. So let's say filled, or even, since it's a participle, you could say the filled. Well, no. Let's just say filled for now. Vitiis is the dative or ablative plural from vitium, which means a vice or a flaw, a defect, a blemish, imperfection, or even a sin. but I'm going to say vices. Post, as I said earlier, could either be a preposition or an adverb. It's more commonly a preposition, but as you might be able to guess, it means after, or it could mean behind. And tergum is the accusative form of tergos, which means back. So behind the back. Dedit. Dedit is the third person singular perfect active indicative form from do, which means to give. So gave. And we don't have a nominative for the subject, but it's basically just reusing Jupiter. Jupiter is still a subject. So he gave, dedit, repletam, I guess a filled one, referring back to peras, the satchels. That's why it's still feminine. Or no, not a filled one, but one filled, because ablative with propries personal Widdows vices post behind tergum, the back. So he gave all of us 2 satchels. The one that is filled with our own vices, our personal vices, is behind our back. Alienis ante pectus suspendit gravem. Alienis is from the adjective alienus. It's dative or ablative plural, just like propries and Widdows. And technically, I guess I should be marking it like that, because it's essentially reusing Widdows as well. But alienis, alienus, means like, it could be foreign, we get the word alien from it, or just other. Ante means before or in front, as in like before us, so it's in front of us. Pectus. Pectus, as you might guess, means the chest. And I think that's a 4th declension noun, considering it's us, but it has to be... No, it's not 4th declension, it's 3rd declension. Okay. It looks 2nd declension since it ends in us, but it's actually 3rd declension, because it's pectus, the genitive is pectoris, dative pectori, and then the accusative is pectus, because... Well, actually, no, that is kind of weird for a 3rd declension, because I would expect it to be pectorem for a regular 3rd declension accusative singular, but no, it's pectus. Huh. Weird noun. But in front of the chest, suspendit, again, just 3rd person singular perfect active indicative. Oh, or it could be present. It could be present or perfect. And it is from suspendo, which means just to suspend or hang. Gravem is from the adjective gravis. And gravis means, it could mean grave, serious. Those are more figurative. It's literally heavy. So he, honestly, I do want to use hung. He hung gravem, one heavy. Still, technically, this is an adjective for modifying peras. Just peras isn't stated in this line, but it's still referring back to peras. But he hung one heavy with alienis, ablative of means, with others, or with like other vices, which I kept, I've been translating this, I kept thinking that meant some of our vices are on the back, and others are on the front. But it's really like others vices, because alienus, it could mean just an other, but it's also, well, I guess it can't be an other because it's not a noun, but it's like a thing that belongs to another person or place. So I guess it really would be others vices implied. So I guess, yeah, because you still don't need to say it in English anyway. but ante in front of the chest. So he gave one filled with personal vices behind our back. He hung one heavy with others' vices in front of our chest. But what does that mean for us? Well, hacre videre nostra mala non possumus. Hacre, both ablative singular. Hac is from the pronoun hic, which could be hic, hike, or hawk, masculine, feminine, or neuter. Here it is the feminine singular ablative, agreeing with re. And that hac just means this. Re is from res, which is a thing or matter. So by this matter, videre is the infinitive from video, so to see. Nostra, it is just it's just the nominative plural form of nos, like nobis. Actually, no. It's not the nominative plural of nobis, because that's just nos. It's the more the possessive version of it. Yeah, and the nominative form of the possessive, like our, is noster. So it will be our, and it is agreeing in gender, number, and case with mala, because this is the accusative plural neuter form, and mala is from malum, which is the noun for evil or just bad things, and malum is a neuter noun, so that the nominative or accusative plural would be mala. Oh wait, I should have marked this as the subject, technically. But our evils, mala, non, not, possumus. From possum. Possum is just the verb, like being able. And this is just first person plural by the mus. Present active indicative. So we are able. Or really, we are not able, considering we have non. So by this matter, we are not able, videre, to see nostra, our, mala, evils. Ali, simul, delinquunt, censore sumus. Ali means others. It's an adjective, so it could just be an other, like describing something else as another one, but it's often, I've seen it a lot used just by itself. So meaning like other people or other things. Simul is an adverb, and it's related to, simultaneous, which it can essentially mean like simultaneously or at the same time, but it can also mean as soon as, which is, I believe, how it's being used here. And delinquunt is the third person plural, nt, present active indicative from delinquo. And delinquo could mean to like be delinquent, but it's like to fail or to be wanting, to be wrong. So as soon as others fail or are wrong, or even maybe as soon as others offend, or just do something wrong. Let's do that. Censores, the nominative plural from censor, or censor, which could be just the position in Roman government, the censor, or it could also be used as critics. And sumus is just the third person not third person, first person plural form from sum, which is the verb to be. So we are. So as soon as, just putting it into English word order, simul, ali, others, delinquunt, do something wrong, sumus, we are censores, critics. Essentially, we are easily able at any time to see what is right in front of us. Whenever anyone else is wrong or just do something wrong, then we're easily able to see it and we criticize them for it, whether to their face or not. Phaedrus doesn't say that, but a lot of people, I'm sure, a lot of people I know will criticize people just not to their face. But you're not able to see your own vices, so people don't tend to criticize themselves as much, at least generally. There are plenty of people who will and will be overly critical of themselves, but at least from Phaedrus' point of view, people will more readily criticize others because it is easier to find fault in others rather than themselves. Because Jupiter just wanted to be a jerk and place the satchel behind their back. This is kind of interesting because it's not really what I would think of as a fable. There are no talking animals. There's a moral, but it's not really what you would expect. This just feels like a mythological explanation for why something happened, or why something is the way it is, rather than a fable trying to introduce a moral. So it's interesting in that respect, how it's kind of different from other fables that Phaedrus wrote. Still, I think it is a good thing to keep in mind, to always make sure to remember that people will criticize others long before criticizing themselves when things are done wrong. But on that note, let us go to a reading of the Latin and then a reading of the English and end this off. Pera symposuit Jupiter nobis tuas, propriis repletam vitiis postergum dedit. Alienis ante pectus suspendit gravem. Hacre, videre nostra mala non possumus. Ali simul delinquunt, censores sumus. Jupiter put 2 satchels on us. He gave one filled with personal vices behind the back. He hung one heavy with others in front of the chest. By this matter, we are not able to see our evils. As soon as others do something wrong, we are critics. If you've made it to this point in the video, then thank you very much for watching. It's a much shorter video, thankfully. None of them are as long as the last one with Phaedrus criticizing his critics, which, honestly, going from that one to this one also kind of thematically works. I wonder how much Phaedrus thought about this during the writing of his quote-unquote fable about his critics. Whether he thought that this is why his critics were criticizing him, or if he was trying to be self-aware about him criticizing his critics. I don't know. It's interesting to think about, because we will probably never know. But anyways, next time is going to be one that's a little longer, but not too long, thankfully. And it's going to be another mythological kind of fable. Not so much starring Jupiter this time, but more so Hercules. So, I hope you'll join me for that. Until next time, remember to spay and neuter your pets. Et valete, viatores.